the Yankees, and the Yankees trying to break their losing streak. Estrada is 6 feet tall, 185 pounds. Born February 15th, 1938. Chuck is 115 while losing 8. He has defeated the Yankees twice, losing to them once. He beat the Yankees 9-5 on May the 1st and 6-5 in relief on June the 2nd. And the one decision he lost was a 1-0 defeat on August the 16th, losing to Whitey 4. Estrada has won his last 2 starts, both complete games, and he allowed just 4 runs and struck out 15. There's Triandos' throw down to second base. I'm ready to stop this ball game. Rossetti coaching down at third. Ralph Houck at first for New York as Gil McDougald steps into the batter's box. Gil batting .257. 13 doubles, 3 triples, 5 homers, and 27 runs batted in. On deck, Tony Kubek. Wind blowing out towards right field today. This is the hardest the wind has blown in the 3 games we've been here. Here's the first pitch of the ball game. It's outside, rolls off Triandos' glove, ball 1. Picked up by Tony Kubek in the on-deck circle. Right-hander, short windup. Pitch is low, ball 2, sure nothing. Estrada was not even listed on the varsity roster at the beginning of spring training for Baltimore. It says he has the best fastball in the American League. All right, 2-0 on McDougald. The pitch is over, strike call. Baltimore really a jumping town now. Up with these Orioles battling for the pennant. There's a foul back out of play. Look out. Two balls, 2 strikes on McDougald. Baltimore will be at Yankee Stadium on Friday night, September 16th. Saturday the 17th, a ladies' day, and a big doubleheader on Sunday the 18th. For the 2-2 delivery to McDougald. High inside. Ball 3. Full count on Gil. Estrada tried to throw a curveball that time, and it didn't break. Now we're ready for the payoff pitch. Here it is, and it's popped in the air to short right field. Gene Stevens is moving in. Under is shading his eyes and makes the catch. Boy, that sun is rough. He's got the sunglasses down. Still had to shade his eyes with his glove. And makes the catch, and it's 1 away. Brings up Tony Kubek. Batting second in the order. Tony batting .287. Has 22 doubles, 3 triples, 10 homers, and 55 runs batted in. On deck, Mickey Mantle. Here's Estrada's pitch to Kubek. It's fouled back in the upper deck, out of play. Strike 1. Baltimore with Woodling, Brandt, and Stevens in the outfield. Robinson, Hansen, Breeding, Gentile in the infield. Triandos catching, and Estrada out on the mound. 1-strike pitch in the dirt, ball 1, 1 on. The right-hander checks the sign from Gus Triandos. Now he's ready. Pitch high outside, ball 2, 2 on. Yankees have really faced some great pitching the last 10 days. The 2-1 delivery. Hit in the air to right field. Stevens going back, way back near the fence. And makes the catch. Ball hit about 5 feet in front of the fence. And again, Stevens had a little bit of trouble with that stunt. Jackie Brandt came behind him to help out if possible. First two men fly out to Gene Stevens in right field, and here's Mickey Mantle. Mantle batting .281, has 15 doubles, 6 triples, 31 homers, and 78 runs batted in. 2 out, nobody on, no score. The pitch to Mantle is outside, ball 1. Mickey had 3 base hits yesterday. All the Yankee hits were singles in yesterday's ball game. On deck, Yogi Berra. Pitch is over. Strike 1, 1-1. Strike, 2 out. Nobody on. The pitch is on the outside corner. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Steps out of the batter's box. Now he's back in, ready to go. Here's the windup. The pitch. Strike 3. Dropped the ball, picked it up, and tagged Mickey. The Yankees go down 1-2-3 in the top of the first, nothing across. The score at the end of 1/2 inning. The Yankees nothing, and the Orioles coming to bat. For the Yankees, out on the mound, Bill Stafford, 6'1", 183 pounds, from Athens, New York, 22 years old. Started with St. Pete in 1957. With Richmond this year, he had won 11 and lost 7 with a 2.00 earned run average. He has won 2 and lost none on the year since joining the Yankees. No decisions either way against Baltimore. He shut out Kansas City 1-0 in his last start on August 31st in New York, pitching a 4-hitter and striking out 7. Stafford will have to pitch a comparable ball game to beat these Birds the way they've been going lately. Jackie Brandt steps into the batter's box leading off for Baltimore. Brandt batting .258 has 21 doubles, 6 triples, 13 homers, and 55 runs batted in. And he's been a thorn in the side of the Yankees in this series so far. Here's the first pitch. It's low, ball 1. Stafford broke over a nice curveball, but it dipped just below the knees. Yogi Berra doing the catching today. Cerv, Mantle, and Maris in the outfield. Boyer, Kubek, McDougald, and Skowron in the infield. Curve over, strike 1, 1-1. With as much poise out on the mound as the young pitchers for the Orioles, sends in a curve that's outside, ball 2. Grant started to swing at it and checked it. Yogi looked back to see if he had gone around far enough, but plate umpire Bob Stewart said no. On deck is Gene Woodling. Here's the windup. Fastball, it hit him. It hit him between the elbow and the shoulder, and Brad is on at first base. And boy, that ball hit solid. And Jackie now is walking slowly to first. I tell you, when you get hit, and now he's bending over, it is very painful. You don't feel the real pain right away. But then in a little while you will feel the pain that knocks the wind out of you, and Brandt is calling for time now, walking around in back of first base, trying to lift his left arm. And now Brandt says he's okay. Gene Woodling steps into the batter's box. Woodling batting .288. 18 doubles, 3 triples, 10 homers, and 53 runs batted in. The pitch to Woodling. Low outside, ball 1. No score in this ball game. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Brad leading off first. The pitch is a curve that's over. Strike 1, 1-1. On deck, Brooks Robinson, Baltimore third baseman, who was the hero along with Jack Fisher in yesterday's ball game. Robinson driving in both runs on a single and a home run. Woodling with that closed stance, crouching at the plate. Throw to first, Brandt back. Here's Stafford set. Curve outside. Ball 2, 2-1. This is a mighty important ball game for both teams. Baltimore has lost one more game than the Yankees. Should they win this, we'll pull them all even in the all-important loss column. Pitch is a curve foul at the plate. 2-2. Ball kicks off Yogi Shingart back to the screen. Lum Harris coaching down at third. Jimmy Adair is the first base coach. Stafford sets. Changeup is low, ball 3, and it's a full count on Woodling. Jackie Brandt looks over at Lum Harris. See if they're going to have him running. And it looks like that ball hit Brandt just under his left armpit on the side and didn't hit him in the arm. He keeps rubbing his side. 3-2 count on Woodling with nobody out in the bottom of the first, no score. Brandt leading away. Go to first base, Jackie back. Here's a stretch by Stafford. There goes Brandt. The pitch is popped in the air to short left field. Cerv is moving under it and makes the catch. Brandt hustles back to first base. So they had Brandt running, but Woodling popped it up. And here's Brooks Robinson. Robinson is batting .306. Has 23 doubles, 8 triples, 12 homers, and 73 runs batted in. Pitch to Robinson is hit high in the air to left field. Cerv is moving back under it and makes the catch. Brandt tags up, starts the second, and then comes back. You got to watch that Brandt. He'll take that extra base every chance he gets. And he was in a good position to see if Cerv's throw was going to be true or not. And when he saw it coming right to the bag, he turned around and hustled back. So with 2 out, here's Jim Gentile, the first baseman, batting .295. Gentile with 14 doubles, 20 homers, and 84 runs batted in. Leads the club in homers and RBI. No score. Stretch, pitch is high, ball 1. Gus Triandos on deck. The fastball hits his bat and kicks back into the stands. He tried to check his swing, and it bounced off home plate and right back into the lower box seats alongside the Orioles dugout. Baltimore's dugout on the third base side. The Yankees down at first base. playing shallow in left field. Mantle deep in right center, and Maris deep in right. Wind is blowing out to right field. There's a quick throw to first. Brandt's back. No score here in the bottom of the first inning. Gentile, there's a ball in the dirt. Yogi blocks it nicely, and Brandt has to hold at first base. That was a change of pace by Stafford. That bounced in front of home plate. 2-1 on Gentile. The pitch is outside. Ball 3, 3-1. Jim Coates is loosening up down in the Yankee bullpen. Throwing to Elston Howard. So they haven't hit Stafford hard. The pitch is a curve inside. Ball 4. He lost him. First walk of the ball game. Brandt moves down to second. Gentile to first, and here's Gus Triandos. Gus batting .257. 12 doubles, 8 homers, 41 runs batted in. Yogi out to the mound to talk with Stafford. Bill is just a little bit wild as he hit Jackie Brandt. The lead off the bottom of the first. Just walked Gentile. There are 2 out, 2 on, no score. Bottom of the first. Gus Triandos wearing the glove on the right hand. Pitch to Gus is line right at Kubek. A solid line drive, but right at the shortstop. And so for Baltimore in the bottom of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no Yankee errors. 2 men left in the score at the end of 1 full inning. The Yankees nothing, and Baltimore nothing. Yogi Berra will be leading off for the Yankees here in the top of the second inning. Yogi has dipped under the 300 mark. He's batting .296, 11 doubles, 1 triple, 14 homers, and 51 runs batted in. On deck, Roger Maris. Chuck Estrada out on the mound for the Orioles. Here's the windup. And the pitch inside. Yogi has to dance back out of the way. Ball 1. Pitch to Yogi low inside. Ball 2, 2-0. Estrada has not walked anybody. He retired the first 3 men. He was behind on just about every hitter. Got McDougald and Kubek to fly to right and struck out Mantle. The 2-0 pitch is a ground ball. Well, one-handed by Breeding. Throws to Gentile. 1 away. And Gentile dropped the ball as he started to throw it, but Yogi is out. He had completed the play. In the act of throwing, drops the ball. A nice play by Marv Breeding. On a hard hit ball by Yogi Berra. Here's Roger Maris. Maris batting .289. 16 doubles, 5 triples, 35 homers, and 96 runs batted in. The pitch to Maris is a curve outside. Ball 1. Vic Wirtz is creeping up on Roger Maris for the RBI lead. He has 93 now, and he'll be in with the Red Sox tomorrow for that doubleheader. The 1-0 pitch is strike 1. He went far enough around. It was a bad pitch. Rogers started to swing, tried to check it. But he went almost completely around. 1-1 the count. Maris didn't think he went far enough around and is talking with Bob Stewart. One delivery outside. Ball 2, 2-1. Estrada is having trouble getting his breaking stuff over. He's been able to get the fastball over. A 2-1 pitch on the outside corner, strike two, 2-2. On deck is Bill Skowron. The 2-2 delivery. Low ball 3. Full count on Maris. Balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. No score, top of the second. Here's the payoff pitch to Maris. A line foul down the right field line. Kicks off the wall. Picked up by Gene Stevens in right field. Still 3-2 on Maris. Nods his head at Triandos' sign. Again, the 3-2 delivery. High ball 4. He lost him. Oh, each pitcher has now given up a base on balls. And here's Bill Skowron. The Moose batting .307. 29 doubles, 3 triples, 25 homers, 86 runs batted in. On deck, Bob Cerv with 1 away here in the top of the second. 0-0 ball game. Maris leads off first, good size lead. Pitch to Skowron, swung at and missed, strike 1. Yankees have now been shut out for 30 1/3 consecutive innings. Gentile holding first against Maris. The stretch by Estrada. Pitch, change up inside, 1-1. Baltimore outfield really playing deep on the Moose. Estrada sets, checks Maris. A foul out of play down the right field line, back in the upper deck. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Maris dancing off first base. The pitch is a curve hit high in the air to short center field. Jackie Brandt flips the glasses down, moves under it, makes the catch. Maris hustles back to first base. Moose hit that ball right off the end of the bat. So that's 2 away, and here's Bob Cerv. Cerv batting .257, 9 doubles, 2 triples, 14 homers, and 36 runs batted in. Bob, who pinch hit in yesterday's ball game, said that Fisher had let 2 pitches get away from him right where he wanted them. He was a little over anxious and fouled them both off. There's a high fly to right field. Gene Stevens waving his arms. Under it. Makes the catch. And so the Yankees in the top of the second. No runs, no hits, no Baltimore errors. 1 man left to score at the end of an inning and a half. New York nothing, Baltimore nothing. Baltimore in the bottom of the second inning, Ron Hansen, the shortstop, will be leading off. Hansen, batting .258, has 19 doubles, 5 triples, 19 homers, and 74 runs batted in. Hansen, 6 feet 3 inches tall, with an open stance, holds that bat right down on the end. Bill Stafford ready out on the mound. Here's the pitch. It's foul tip back, strike 1. On deck, Gene Stevens. Nothing to score here in the bottom of the second inning. Stafford swings into the windup. Ball fouled back out of play in the upper deck. 0-2 on Hansen. Baltimore leads both major leagues in double plays with 144. Two-strike pitch. Inside corner, strike 3. Hansen took that sidearm curveball as Bob Stewart delayed giving the call for a fraction of a second. The ball broke over the inside corner of the plate, and Stafford records his first strikeout of the ball game. Brings up Gene Stevens, batting .240, 13 doubles, 7 homers, 23 runs batted in. Stevens has been a big help to the Birds since coming over from the Red Sox. Here's Stafford's first pitch. Changeup in the dirt. Kicks off Yogi's glove back to the screen. Ball 1. Stevens holds that bat right down on the end. Curve outside. Ball 2. 2-0. On deck, Marv Breeding, the second baseman. Stafford checks the sign from Yogi. The windup. Curve is line foul in the seat. Down the right field line. Boy, he got around on that curveball, really pulled it foul. Way out in front. Balls, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on. Stafford swings into the windup. Fastball hit on the ground at second base. McDougald's up with it. Over to Skowron, that's 2 away. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Marv Breeding. Second baseman's batting .278. 23 doubles, 1 triple, 3 homers, and 39 runs batted in. Breeding leads the Orioles in stolen bases with 9. And tied with Brooks Robinson for doubles, each having 23. No score on the bottom of the second. Foul back on the screen, strike 1. Asks for a new ball. Now we're ready to go. The 1-strike pitch is inside, ball 1, 1-1. Hides that ball behind his back while getting the sign from Berra. Keeps the glove on his knee as he leans over. The windup curve is popped in the air near the pitcher's box. Tony Kubek is moving in under it and makes the catch just in back of the pitcher's box. As Stafford sets Baltimore down 1-2-3, nothing across in the bottom of the second inning. The score at the end of 2 full innings: New York nothing and Baltimore nothing. We've got a big ball game going on here at Memorial Stadium. The Yankees and the Orioles in the third and final game of this 3-game series. Baltimore won the first 2, 5-0 and 2-0. This one is 0-0 going into the top of the third. Neither team is a base hit. Clete Boyer leading off, batting .247, 17 doubles, 1 triple, 12 homers, and 38 runs batted in. And Brooks Robinson have played tremendous third base defensively. They have really taken a lot of base hits away from the ball players in this series. Here's the pitch to Boyer, a tie, ball 1. 1-0 pitch is popped foul back out of play in the upper deck. 1-1. Here's the quick windup by Estrada. Curveball hit on the ground is short. Hansen in, up with it. Over to Gentile, one away. Boy, what a target that Gentile is there at first base. The way he can stretch after those throws. 1 out, and Bill Stafford will be the batter. Stafford 0 for 9 as a hitter. Looking for his first major league base hit. Tomorrow, Baltimore plays Washington a doubleheader down in Washington, and the Senators are ahead of the Orioles on the season series play so far. Washington's been just as tough on Baltimore as they have been with the Yankees. Yankees play the Red Sox in a doubleheader tomorrow afternoon at Yankee Stadium starting at 1:30. The pitch to Stafford is a foul ball, strike one, as he tried to check his swing. Boy, that umpiring spot has been a dangerous place in this series. They have really been getting hit with foul balls. Ready for the 1-strike pitch. Swings and misses, strike 2, and he went all the way around. Looked like both feet left the ground as he really took a vicious cut at the ball. Gil McDougald on deck. Woodling is giving Stafford a lot of the left field line, figuring he won't pull Estrada. The 2-strike pitch, curved, swung it, and missed, strike 3. He was way out in front of that one. Well, after looking at 2 fastballs and then getting that slow curve sent up there, fooled just about anybody. Second strikeout for Estrada. And it brings up Gil McDougald, who flied to right field in the first inning. 2 out, nobody on, 0-0, top of the third. Pitch to Gil is on the outside corner, strike 1 called. Is on the outside corner, strike 2. That's the first changeup that Estrada has gotten over. 0-2 on McDougald. Sidearm curve hit high in the air to right field. Gene Stevens flipping the glasses down, moving under it, and makes the catch. Estrada sets the Yankees down 1-2-3 with nothing across in the top of the third and a score at the end of 2.5 innings. New York nothing and Baltimore nothing. Chuck Estrada gets a hand as he steps into the batter's box. Estrada bats him right-handed. He's 8 for 52, a double, a triple, 4 runs batted in, batting 154. 0-0 the score. We're in the bottom of the third. Estrada takes a good cut at the ball. Pitch to Chuck. Curve low, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch is a curve, swung it and missed. Strike 1, 1-1. Pitch. Another curve hit slowly out in front of the box. Yogi's up with it, throws to first in time to get Estrada. Yogi had to hustle out there on that top grounder down the first baseline. to bring up Jackie Brandt, who was hit by a pitch ball in the first inning. Baltimore has had 2 base runners. Brandt hit by a pitch ball and Gentile who walked. And the Yankees have had 1 base runner, Roger Maris, who walked in the second inning. Brandt steps into the batter's box. Stafford's fastball is over. Strike 1 call. Up in a 1-strike pitch is a curve lined out to left center field. Mantle going back, and he makes a one-hand catch right in front of the left center field fence, 380 feet from home plate. Mickey only had another step to go before he would have crashed into the fence, and he reached up and backhanded a solidly hit line drive. Brad hit that ball like a bullet and just didn't get it up in the air enough. Nice play by Mickey Mantle, 2-away. Here's Gene Woodling, fly to left field in the first inning. Man, that was close. 2 out, nobody on, no score, bottom of the third. Pitch to Woodling, low inside, ball 1. Pitch is a changeup low, ball 2, 2-0. On deck, Brooks Robinson. The 2-0 pitch, low, ball 3, 3-0. Stafford tried to come in with a sidearm curve. 3 balls, no strikes on Woodling. The windup. The pitch is high, ball 4. Woodling walks, and it's the second walk given up by Stafford. Brings up Brooks Robinson, who flied out to left field in the first inning. Jim Gentile on deck. First against Woodling. Stretch. Fastball is low, ball 1. The stretch. Pitch is line to center field, a base hit. Second base. A solid line drive for the first base hit of the ball game for either team. Brooks Robinson singles up the middle, and here's Jim Gentile, who walked in the first inning. Bottom of the third. Big, tall left-hand hitter, 6 feet 4 inches tall. Holds that bat right down on the end. Wide stance at home plate. Woodling leads off second. Robinson off first. The stretch by Stafford. The pitch, Stafford. The pitch, outside, ball 1. Gus Triandos on deck. Again, Stafford set. Curve is a ground ball, base hit to right field. And here comes Woodling. He stumbles, the throw comes in at third, and he's in there. stumbled as he rounded third base, but quickly regained his feet. Harris's throw came into third base trying to get Brooks Robinson, but Robinson's fly beat the throw. Gentile at first, Robinson at third. Baltimore leading 1-0. Jim Coates is up in the Yankee bullpen. With 2 outs, Stafford walked Woodling. Robinson and Gentile single. Here's Gus Triandos, who lined out to the shortstop in the first inning. Brooks Robinson leads off third. Gentile off first. The stretch. Curve is swung and a missed, strike one. Oh, Baltimore jumps out in front again. Actually, they've been in front in all 3 ball games, being as the Yankees were shut out in the last 2. Here's the stretch. Curve over, strike 2, 0-2. Ready. Curve low outside, ball 1. 1-0 Baltimore leads in the bottom of the third inning. Ron Hansen is on deck. Time is called. There's some fans that have cardboard sign stuck over the right field wall, and Frank Umont, the first base umpire, makes them put it back. And they're trying to stick it through the wall now, and it's protruding partly out onto the field. And though it doesn't seem possible, it could possibly have a bearing on the ball game. Ball hit out there. Reflecting off the cardboard. All right, they got things squared away now. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Gus Triandos. 2 out. Runners at first and third. The pitch, changeup, hit on the ground, off Staffords' glove. McDougald up with it. Throws to first in time to get Triandos. And Gil had to come in quickly as Stafford slowed that ball up. So for Baltimore in the bottom of the third, 1 run on 2 base hits. No Yankee errors and 2 men left in the score at the end of 3 full innings. Baltimore 1 and the Yankees nothing. Kubek, who fly to right field, his first time at bat, will be leading off for New York here in the top of the 4th. On deck, Mickey Mantle. Baltimore 1, Yankees nothing. Pitch to Kubek is high, ball 1. The windup. Fastball foul to the right of first base, strike 1, 1-1. Bullpen's empty at the moment. Yankees have had Coates warming up twice so far this ball game. Baltimore hasn't used anybody. The 1-1 pitch high outside. Ball 2, 2-1. Estrada goes to the rosin bag. Up. Change up outside and high, ball 3, 3-1. Now the 3-1 pitch. He takes it down the middle, strike two. Kubek was taken all the way. Bluffs the bunt, and it's a full count on Tony. Now the payoff pitch. A fly ball to left field. Woodling going back, turning under it, makes the catch. One away. Here's Mickey Mantle, who struck out swinging in the first inning. Now the payoff pitch. A fly ball to left field. Woodling going back, turning under it, makes the catch. One away. Here's Mickey Mantle, who struck out swinging in the first inning. Pitch to Mickey is fouled back in the upper deck, strike one. We've had ideal weather for the 3 games. Friday night, Saturday afternoon, and today. One strike pitch, change up high outside. 1-1. Gene Stevens deep in right field. 1-1 pitch, high outside, ball 2, 2-1. Estrada has not been ahead of too many hitters so far in the ball game, and yet he's managed to stay out of trouble. The 2-1 pitch is swung at and missed. Strike 2, 2-2. Boy, he put a little extra on that high, hard one. Balls, 2 strikes on Mickey, 1 out, nobody on. Here's the windup. Pitch is strike 3, swing. Mickey struck out for the second time in the ball game. Yogi Berra, who bounced out to second base in the second inning, the batter. 1-0 Baltimore leads, top of the 4th inning. Yogi, as a curve popped in the air, the second baseman, Marv Breeding, under it, and makes the catch with Ron Hansen right in back of him in case the sun was bothering him. The Yankees go down 1-2-3 here in the top of the 4th, nothing across. The score at the end of 3.5 innings, Baltimore 1 and the Yankees nothing.
Knows what a hinge is, the familiar gadget on the doors in our homes, and I think we discussed.
Be followed by Gene Stevens and Marv Breeding. The Orioles 1 and the Yankees nothing. Yankees whip the ball around the infield. The Yankees have been getting good pitching. Of course, when you're not hitting and scoring runs, you can't win ball games, but they've been getting good pitching. And they've been up against some great pitching in that Kansas City series. Bud Daly, Ray Herbert, and Ned Garber really threw against them. There's a strike call to Ron Hansen leading off here in the bottom of the 4th. Stafford swings into the windup. Ball foul back and out of play right over our head. And now Whitey Ford is down the Yankee bullpen, loosening up. Whitey, who started the ball game Friday night. Casey Stengel wants to win this game. This is a mighty important ball game. He wants to keep ahead of those Orioles in the loss column. And right now, they've only lost one more than the Yankees. Overhand curve is outside. Ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Curve, foul tip back. Is a changeup on the outside corner, strike 3. Hansen is called out for the second consecutive time, and that's the second strikeout for Bill Stafford. That'll bring up Gene Stevens, who bounced out to second base in the second inning. One out, nobody on. To Stevens is high, ball 1. Another curve is hit high in the air to right field, but curving foul. And back into the seats out of play. And that ball was plenty far enough to have been a home run. As we told you, the wind is blowing out to right field. He got it up into that wind, and it carried deep enough back into the seats, but foul. Wasn't fouled too much, about 10 feet. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Stevens. Yes, sir, if you can get one up in the wind today out that way, you'll have a home run. All right, Stevens is back in the batter's box. He steps back out of the batter's box. And now they're putting the count as 1-1 on the scoreboard. Change up low. Ball 2, 2-1. So that's the count now, 2-1. Is ready. Fastball is hit to left field. Cerv going way back. That ball's over his head and off the wall. And Stevens is only going to get a double on some fast fielding by Bob Cerv. Boy, he hit that ball a long ways to the opposite field. Stevens, a left-hand hitter, hit the ball way over Cerv's head. It kicked off the auxiliary scoreboard and left. And Cerv fielded it on 1 hop. That's the only thing that kept Stevens from getting a triple. A long double by Stevens and a fine fielding play by Cerv holding it to a double. For Stevens' 14th double of the year, and here's Marv Breeding with 1 out and a runner at second. Baltimore leading 1-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Breeding popped to the shortstop in the second inning. Ground foul on the third baseline, strike 1. There's the first extra base hit in this ball game. Double by Stevens. Now the stretch. Curve inside corner, strike 2 called. Nothing in 2. Breeding pounds the bat down on the plate. Stafford leaning over, checking the sign from Berra. Stevens, who can run, got a good-sized lead off second base. Now Bill sets. Curve foul outside of third. Almost got Lum Harris, the third base coach. We're away here in the bottom of the fourth. Again, the two-strike pitch. Ground ball to shortstop. Kubek to Skowron for the out. So that's two away, and it'll bring up Chuck Estrada, the pitcher, who bounced out in front of the plate, thrown out by Yogi Berra. Two out and a runner at second. Baltimore leads 1-0, bottom of the fourth. Whitey Ford still loosening up in the Yankee bullpen. Here's a stretch. Curve is inside, ball one. Stafford has a great deal of poise out on the mound. The young pitchers today certainly look like they've been pitching in the majors for a long, long time. Curve, line of center field, has a base hit. And it gets by Mantle, rolling to the wall. This could be an inside the park homer. Estrada's around second. He's digging for third. They're going to send him in. No, they hold him up. They hold him up at the last second. Estrada lined a single at center field. Mantle, in his anxiety to charge the ball and try and throw Stevens out, let the ball roll by him all the way to the center field fence. It's an error for Mantle. An RBI for Estrada, driving in Stevens, and Baltimore leads 2-0. And Lum Harris started to wave in Estrada as he rounded third, then thought better of it and held him up, and Estrada now has his warm-up jacket on down at third, and the Orioles are trying to give him a little bit of breathing space. Jackie Brandt walked all the way back to the dugout because a run like that can take an awful lot out of a pitcher. Here comes Jackie Brandt, hit by a pitch ball, flied out deep to left center field. 2 out. 2-0 Baltimore leads. Estrada is at third. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Stafford into the windup. Change up low outside, ball one. Change up in the dirt, blocked nicely by Yogi. Ball 2-0. Jim Coates is up with Whitey Ford down in the bullpen. A lefty and a righty throwing for New York. Here's a 2-0 pitch. High inside, ball 3. 3-0. And so Estrada is getting a breather down there at third. And Bobby Shantz is going down the Yankee bullpen. Shantz is going down. The pitch to Brandt. Over, strike one, 3-1. So we have 3 men warming up for the Yankees. Ford and Shantz, the left-handers, and Jim Coates, the right-hander. Now the 3-1 pitch. Curve outside, ball 4. He lost him. walk given up by Stafford. Puts runners at first and third with 2 out, and here comes Casey Stengel. While Casey's walking out to the mound, we'll pause for station identification.
W-O-K-O. Wonderful world of music. Albany, New York.
That's going to be all for young Bill Stafford. Stafford has not pitched bad ball. But he's coming out of there after pitching 3 2/3 innings. He's allowed 4 base hits, walked 3, struck out 2, has allowed 2 runs so far. But Estrada at third and Brandt at first will be Stafford's responsibility. Whitey Ford is coming on to take over here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Whitey, who started Friday night's ball game, was a losing pitcher, is coming on now to try and stop these birds. And Stafford leaves the mound. Fans give him a hand. He pitched pretty good ball while he was out there. Got himself in trouble in the 3rd inning when with 2 out he walked Woodling, and then Robinson and Gentile singled. Gentile singled, driving in Woodling. And here in the 4th with 1 out, Stevens doubled. After Breeding bounced out, Chuck Estrada singled at center. And as Mantle charged the ball, and he would have had a good shot at Stevens because he was playing Estrada shallow, the ball went under his glove and rolled all the way to the fence in center field. Estrada went to third. It was a single and an error. Stevens scored, and that's the way it stands now. Baltimore 2, Yankees nothing. And Whitey will be pitching to Gene Woodling, who will fly to left field and walk. And Coates continue to loosen up in the Yankee bullpen. And Chuck Estrada, who was just about out of breath after that long run to third base, is getting a lot of rest right now. Whitey is making his 27th appearance of the year. We told you he pitched 5 innings Friday night, giving up 6 hits, walked 2, struck out 4, and 4 earned runs. He's won 9 and lost 8. To go. Whitey has thrown his 8 warm-up pitches. Woodling steps into the batter's box. Estrada with a short lead off third. Skowron is going to play halfway in back of the runner at first base. All right, here's the stretch by Whitey. Pitch to Woodling is over. Strike call. Sharp breaking curveball. On deck, Brooks Robinson. Here's the stretch. Another curve hit high in the air, deep to right field. Harris going back, and makes the catch in deep right field, just in front of the auxiliary scoreboard. Boy, Woodling got that high up into the wind. Maris had the room. So Baltimore picks up 1 more run here in the bottom of the 4th. On 2 base hits, 1 Yankee error, and 2 men left on base. And the score at the end of 4 full innings, Baltimore 2 and the Yankees nothing. That was the first error committed by either team in this 3-game series so far. On the scoreboard, at the end of 1 inning, the Red Sox 2, the Senators nothing. Kralik against Wilson. Detroit at Chicago in the first of 2. Tigers 1. The White Sox nothing at the end of 2. Bunting against Bauman. Eddie Yost home in the first inning. Cleveland at Kansas City starts later on. In the National League, Milwaukee's at Cincinnati. It's 1-1 at the end of 2.5. Pizarro against Hook. Wally Post home in the second for the Reds. The Phillies at Pittsburgh. The Pirates 4. The Phillies 2 at the end of 4. Owens against Mizell. Gonzalez home in the second with 1 on. And Don Hoke in the second with nobody on for the Pirates. The Cubs are at St. Louis, and the Cubs lead 2-0 at the end of 2.5. Ellsworth against Simmons. tight homing in the first with nobody on for the Cubs, and Los Angeles at San Francisco starts later on. Right now, I'd like to mention that the second half of this game is being brought to you by the crisp refresher Ballantine beer. You know, Ballantine's a light beer with true lager flavor, and that's what makes it the crisp refresher. So the Orioles are leading 2-0 as we get ready to go in the top of the fifth inning. Leading off for the Yankees will be Roger Maris, who walked in the second inning. He is the only Yankee to get on base in this ball game off Estrada. Estrada has walked 1 and struck out 3. And as we told you, Estrada was on base after a long, hard run for quite some time. Tire a pitcher out just a little bit. All right, Maris steps into the batter's box. Walked his first time at bat. On deck, Bill Skowron. The pitch to Maris is fouled back on the screen, strike 1. Raj had a good ripple at that pitch. His timing has been off since missing 15 ball games. Curve is high, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Maris. High outside, ball 2, 2-1. Estrada puts his hands on his hips. Shakes his head a little bit. He's been behind on almost every hitter in the Yankee lineup, but he still managed to get the ball over even though he's behind. The 2-1 pitch, curve, outside, ball 3, 3-1. Pitch. Inside, ball 4. Maris walks for the second time. Second walk given up by Estrada. And that's the first time the Yankees have had their leadoff hitter get on in any inning. And here's Bill Skowron, who flied to center field in the second inning. 2-0 Baltimore lead, top of the fifth. Nobody out. Maris at first, being held on by Jim Gentile. Here's the stretch. The pitch is fouled back in the upper deck, strike 1. Estrada into the set position, looking over at Maris. Pitch is strike 2 as Skowron stepped back and tried to hit the right field, but Estrada picked that time to throw a fastball and he threw it right by Skowron. Moose was hoping for the curve. He moved his right foot back 1 full step and then tried to punch the ball to right, but Estrada threw it right by him. 0-2 on Skowron. Moose had a big hole to shoot through with Gentile holding Maris at first and Breeding playing close to the bag. Here's the stretch. The pitch. Larry Knapp is saying that he did strike out, but the plate umpire has to look down at him. And he is not looking down at Knapp. Knapp was nodding his head. Yes, Skowron really had a good cut at that ball, but Bob Stewart, the plate umpire, did not see it. And all Stewart had to do was look down at Knapp, and Skowron would have been called out on strike. Brooks Robinson arguing with Larry Knapp, but there's nothing Knapp can do about it. If the plate umpire looks at another umpire for help and they give him the nod, then it will call him out. 1-1 ball, 2 strikes on Skowron. Maris leads off first. The pitch. Ground ball is short. Hansen over to Breeding for 1. Back to first. No, they didn't get it. Hansen couldn't get the ball out of his glove. He came up ready to throw and had to reach twice, and that's what prevented the Birds from getting a double play. But it's a force play from short to second, erasing the lead runner, Roger Maris. Skowron is safe. Baltimore leads both leagues in double plays with 144. And that was really a routine double play, but Hansen just couldn't get it out of the webbing of his glove. Here's Bob Cerv flying to right field in the second inning. 1 out. Skowron held on at first by Gentile. Here's the stretch. The pitch. Foul out of play. Strike 1. On deck, Clete Boyer. Stretch by Estrada. Pitch outside. 1-1. Bobby Shans is loosening up down in the Yankee bullpen. Estrada stretches. Pitch is a curve inside. Ball 2, 2-1. For the 2-1 delivery. Here it is. Cerv takes a strike on the outside corner. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Skowron at first. The pitch, changeup hit in the ground is short. Hansen to Breeding for 1. Back to first. A double play and a beautiful double play. Boy, Hansen made up for not being able to get that ball out of his glove on the last one. He charged a high hopper, caught it on the short hop and threw off balance to Breeding. A perfect throw, and Breeding's throw nipped Bob Cerv. That's as pretty a double play as you'd ever want to see. For the Yankees in the top of the 5th, no runs, no hits, no Baltimore errors, nobody left. The score at the end of 4 1/2 innings, Baltimore 2 and the Yankees nothing. In the bottom of the 5th inning, Brooks Robinson will lead off for Baltimore. Brooks fly to left field and single to center field. 1 for 2. Whitey Ford is out on the mound. Took over for Bill Stafford in the 4th inning. 2-0 Baltimore lead. Pitch to Robinson is over. Strike 1 called. On deck, Jim Gentile. Robinson choking up on the bat a little bit. Sidearm fastball fouled and curving back into the stands. Skowron's chasing it, but he can't get up to it. Actually, it didn't go in the stands, but it hit so close to the wall that Moose wasn't able to get to the ball. And 2 on Brooks Robinson. Curveball line to right field, and Maris went back and came in and made the catch. That ball was hit so hard. A line drive that just hung up there. Maris caught it at a shoe top. Boy, that ball was hit. 1 away. And here's Jim Gentile, who walked and singled, drove in the first run for Baltimore in the 3rd inning. That was his 85th run batted in on the year. Gus Triandos on deck. Curve Curve is high to Gentile, ball one. Slow curve hit foul at the plate, strike one, 1-1. Pitch inside, ball two, 2-1. The 2-1 delivery, side-on curve hangs inside, ball three, 3-1. Stands deep in the box. The 3-1 pitch. Fastball over, strike two, full count. Payoff pitch, high inside, ball four. Whitey lost him. Gentile walks for the second time in the ball game. First walk given up by Whitey. Here's Gus Triandos, who lined to the shortstop and then bounced out to McDougald at second base. Gentile at first. Here's a stretch by Whitey. Curve in the dirt, ball one. Big Gus holding that bat right down on the end. Curveball over, strike one, 1-1. The stretch. Fastball is outside. Ball two, 2-1. Ron Hansen on deck. One out. Runner at first. 2-0 Baltimore leads. Bottom of the fifth inning. Now Whitey's ready. Pitch is fouled back in the upper deck, out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Foul outside of third, rolling down the left field corner. Count holds it 2-2. Baltimore scored 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. All right, here's Whitey's set position. Curve hit deep to right field, down in the corner. And off the wall. And now it's dropped the ball. They're going to send Gentile in. Here's the throw to the plate. Gentile slides, and he's in there. A long double by Gus Triandos off the right field wall. A beautiful throw by Maris, but not quite in time. A double by Big Gus drives in Gentile. And Baltimore leads 3-0. Maris played that ball well off the wall. He backhanded it, but as he started to throw, the ball dropped out of his glove. Then he picked it up and made a perfect throw to the plate, but that little hesitation allowed Gentile to slide in under Yogi. So Baltimore leads 3-0. For Triandos, his 13th double and his 42nd run batted in. Here's Ron Hansen, been up twice, called out twice. Fastball is outside, ball one. Gus just missed getting a home run by a couple of feet as his ball hit high off the fence down the right field line. Triandos very seldom hits out that way. Strictly a full hitter. Throw to second base, but Gus is back. Here's the stretch. Curve popped in the air. Skowron is coming over in foul territory. Makes the catch. That's 2 away. 2 out, and here's Gene Stevens. Bounce to second and double to left field and score. Baltimore 3 and the Yankees nothing in the bottom of the 5th. Score looks like Stevens might be taken out for a pinch hitter. I don't know. Anyway, he's walking back towards the Baltimore dugout. And, of course, Paul Richards plays it this way all the time. The other night, Jopo had a single and a home run and lined out the other time, and he was taken out for a pinch hitter. And now we're going to have a pinch hitter. The big bonus boy is batting for Gene Stevens. Strong right-hand hitter. Batting 192, 1 double, 1 triple, 5 homers, and 11 runs batted in. He's 19 for 99. Runner at second, 2 out. The stretch, the pitch to Nicholson. He lets go of the bat. Oh, and it goes way down. And there are those photographers that could have really been creamed. This field, they let the photographers on the field, and they stand about 15, 20 feet from home plate. As Nicholson swung, the bat came out of his hand and went right over their heads. Had that bat been a little lower, it would have creamed both of them. And they're in danger of getting hit with foul balls, too. They're just young kids, and they just get so close to that home plate. 1 strike on Nicholson. Big, strong right-hand hitter. He hit a home run off Whitey Ford down in spring training in Miami. Way out in the parking lot. 2 out. Triandos leads off second. The stretch. Curve is swung and it missed. Strike 2. Bobby Sands is up in the bullpen. Whitey is due to be the second batter next inning. Here's the stretch. Fastball, strike 3 call. Nicholson caught looking. So for Baltimore, in the bottom of the 5th, 1 run, 1 hit, no Yankee errors, and 1 man left. And the score at the end of 5 full innings, Baltimore 3 and the Yankees nothing. We pause for station identification. In the American League, Boston 2, Washington nothing at the end of 2.5. Detroit 5 and the White Sox nothing at the end of 3. Yost and Bilko have homered in that game. Cleveland and Kansas City has not started. In the National League, Cincinnati 2, Milwaukee 1 at the end of 3.5, Wally Post homered. Pittsburgh 4, Philadelphia 2 at the end of 5. Gonzalez homered with man on for the Phillies. Hope with nobody on for the Pirates. Cubs 2, Cardinals 1 at the end of 3.5. Heist homered for Chicago. Los Angeles at San Francisco starts later on. Jim Busby moves out to right field to center field, and Jackie Brandt moves from center field to right field. Gene Stevens is out of the ball game. Woodling remains in left. Robinson at third. Hansen at short. Breeding at second. Gentile at first. Triandos catching and Estrada pitching. And here's Clete Boyer, who bounced out to the shortstop. Takes a pitch outside, ball one. Roger Maris was the only man to reach first base against Chuck Estrada. He walked twice. Check that. Skowron got on with a fourth play. There's a strike over. One on the leadoff hitter, Clete Boyer. Dale Long is on deck, and he'll be batting for Whitey Ford. The pitch to Boyer. Change-up foul down the third base line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the windup by Estrada. Curve is low outside, 2-2. The 2-2 delivery. Curve low outside, ball 3, and Estrada pounds his fist into his glove. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out and nobody on. Strike 3 called. Boyer, caught looking, is called out on strike. Took a 3-2 pitch down the middle. Strikeout number 4 for Estrada. And here's Dale Long. Long batting .444. 4 for 9. 1 homer, 2 runs batted in. Long pinch hit a single in his 1 appearance at the plate in this series. Big left-hand hitter. 1 out, nobody on. 3-0 Baltimore leads. The pitch is swung at and missed. Strike 1. Estrada ready again. Curve inside. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Long went all the way around. One ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. The pitch. Foul back on the screen. Count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes. On deck, Gil McDougald. The 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Change-up hit, fouled on the first base line. Picked up by Ralph Houck. Wanted that ball thrown out of play, but plate umpire Bob Stewart looked at it, rubbed it a little, and threw it back to Estrada. Here's the windup. Curve outside. 2-2. The 2-2 delivery. Inside, ball 3. And Estrada has had a lot of 3-2 counts today. He's thrown a lot of pitches. But he's been able to come out of it. Only walked 2 men. Actually walked 1 man twice, Roger Maris. payoff pitch. Foul tip. Off the chest protector of the plate umpire. Count holds at 3-2. Dale Long wants the umpire to look at the ball. Estrada throws it in underhand. He doesn't want to waste a pitch out there throwing it in, and Stewart throws it right back to him. Bobby Shands will be the new Yankee pitcher. Loosening up slowly down in the bullpen. The 3-2 pitch. Strike three, swinging. Strikeout number 5 for young Chuck Estrada, and here's Gil McDougald up twice, fly to right field both times. Out, nobody on. Baltimore 3, New York nothing. Top of the 6th inning. On deck, Tony Kubek. Change up to Gil is over. Strike one called. The wind-up. Curve swung on and missed. Strike 2. Estrada seems to be getting stronger as the game progresses. Nobody on. Baltimore 3, New York nothing. Top of the 6th inning. On deck, Tony Kubek. Change up to Gil is over. Strike one called. The wind-up. Curve swung on and missed. Strike 2. Estrada seems to be getting stronger as the game progresses. Nothing and 2 on McDougald. 2 out, nobody on. Fastball is high. Ball 1. Up. Change up. Hit slowly down to third. Robinson has to hustle. The throw to first. He dropped it. He couldn't hold on to it, but the umpire had called him out, so let's see if they give him an error on the play or a hit. The Yankees have not had a hit so far in the ball game. And this is a big call for the official scorer. Robinson's throw was in time. Gentile had stretched. The ball hit the glove. Umont signaled out, but then when he saw the ball roll off the glove, he called him safe. They still have not given a decision as yet, and it's a tough decision to give. Remember, Estrada has a no-hitter going, and if they give McDougald an infield single, it'll be the first hit of the ball game. And it's an error charged to Brooks Robinson. An error on the throw. The throw was in time to get McDougald, even though it was a tough play. Here's Kubek, fly to right, fly to left. The pitch is lined right at Gentile, who makes a great play. A solid line drive. Gentile leaped high and caught that ball. He didn't have much time. For the Yankees in the top of the 6th, no runs, no hits, 1 Baltimore error, 1 man left. The score at the end of 5.5 innings. Baltimore 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. The Yankees no runs, no hits, and 1 error. In the bottom of the 6th inning, it'll be Marv Breeding, the second baseman, will lead off against Bobby Shans, the new pitcher for the Yankees. Whitey Ford pitched an inning and a third. Gave up one hit, walked one, struck out one, and allowed one run. Breeding has popped to short and bounced to short. Bobby, making his 35th appearance of the year. He's won 4 and lost 4. Pitched a total of 58 and a third innings. Has an earned run average of 2.48. Pitch to Breeding is over, strike one call. Baltimore 3, the Yankees nothing. One strike pitch. Change up outside, 1-1. Here's the windup. Curveball is swung and missed. One ball, 2 strikes on Marv Breeding. Bobby Shans last relieved August 28th against the Tigers. Oh, swung on and missed, strike 3. He came in with a big overhand curveball. Striking out Breeding, and here comes Chuck Estrada. Pitch to Brandt, high inside, ball 1. Jackie's done a fine job as leadoff man for Baltimore. Curve is line to left field, a base hit. Boy, he timed that change-up curve perfectly. And rifled a single in the hole to left field. First hit off Shans. Gene Woodling fly to left, walked and scored in the third inning, and fly deep to right field in the fourth. Two out. Skowron holding the bag against Brandt. Here's the stretch. The pitch is over, strike one call. Line to right field. There's a base hit. And Brandt holds at second base on the line single by Woodling to Roger Maris in right field. And with 2 out, the Birds are threatening again. Here's Brooks Robinson. Fly to left, single to center, and lined out to right field. He's hit the ball hard today, as he's done in the whole series. Youngster who now has the total base record for the Baltimore Orioles since they've been in the big leagues. Right-hand hitting third baseman. Here's the stretch. Fastball is over. Strike one call. Brandt at second, Woodling at first. Bobby goes to the rosin bag. Here's the stretch. Change up low. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike on Brooks Robinson. Baltimore's leading 3-0. They're trying to pick up another run here this inning. Brandt leads off second. A drive to deep left field. Way back there, served near the wall. Makes the catch just as at the base of the wall in deep left field. Boy, he couldn't go back another inch. Cerv just waited there and looked up, and a ball came right down in his glove. A long out for Brooks Robinson. For Baltimore in the bottom of the sixth, no runs, 2 hits, no Yankee errors, and 2 men left. And the score at the end of 6 full innings, Baltimore 3 and the Yankees nothing. Man, this game is exciting, and it's going to get more exciting as it goes along.
Hello there, everybody. Mickey Mantle leading off in the 7th inning takes the pitch inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Chuck Estrada pitching a masterful game. Mantle twice has struck out. The next delivery is high for ball 2. Berra and Maris to follow. Estrada's 2-0 pitch on the way. Inside, ball 3, 3-0. No strikes. And the 3-0 pitch aimed in there. It's over. Strike 1. 3-1. A 3-1 count. Estrada into the windup. Delivers. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Full count. And the payoff pitch. He fires it. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Estrada several times have been way behind and just fired the blazer. 6 strikeouts. Mantle 3 times. Stafford and Long. And Boyer. Here's Berra. Grounded to second and popped to second. Pitch to Yogi is outside. Ball 1. 3-0 Baltimore in the 7th inning. Now the delivery. Swung on, foul back, strike 1, 1-1. The paid attendance today is 34,587. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 delivery. Change up inside, ball 2, 2-1. Now the 2-1 pitch to Yogi. Curveball over. Strike 2, 2-2. And Yogi didn't like the call. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, and a little roller goes foul down the first base line. Had him reaching for it. Threw him a half-speed pitch. The Yankees have seen some remarkable pitching in this series. That's an understatement. the 2-2 delivery, and Yogi swings and fouls it back. Throw him a curve. And he was off stride there. Gus Triandos has done a great job of pitch calling. Now the delivery. Fastball lined into center and coming in for it and grabbing it from Busby. 2 away in the 7th inning. Here's Roger Maris, who twice has walked. Now, along with McDougald, who got on an error, the only 3 Yankees to have reached base. Baltimore's had 7 hits, and that represents the sum total in the ball game. 3-0 Orioles. The pitch high outside, ball 1. Outfield pulled around to the right. A lot of room in left field. The 1-0 pitch, fastball high, ball 2. Balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Baltimore leading 3-0 in the 7th inning. The 2-0 pitch. Outside, ball 3, 3-0. Estrada frequently has fallen behind hitters, not too often, but when he has, he's gone to that fireball. That one is high outside, and Maris walks for the 3rd straight time. The only 3 walks given up by Estrada. And here's Bill Skowron, flied to center and grounded to short. Maris on first. Here's the pitch to Skowron. Swung on line to right field for the Yankees' first hit of the game. Maris holds at second base. And so the potential no-hitter that Estrada had going for him is broken up by Skowron. The Yankees get their first hit. Bob Cerv steps up, flied to right, and grounded to short into a double play. Now Triandos walks out to the mound to say something to Estrada. And with that base hit, Paul Richards right away goes to the bullpen. Point Wilhelm. 2 outs and 2 on. Estrada's delivery. Swung on, bounced to short. Hansen up with it, over to Breeding, forcing Skowron, sides retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on. And the Yankees have not scored in 36 straight innings and have only scored 1 run in their last 45 innings. At the end of 6.5 innings, Baltimore 3, New York nothing. 114,604 have paid to see this series. 44,518 Friday night, 35,499 yesterday, 34,587 today. And with that total, the Yankees on the road have played before 1,604,388. Yankees will be home tomorrow with the Boston Red Sox. First game at 1:30. Ted Williams and company. And the Red Sox will be there Tuesday afternoon. Baltimore leading 3-0. It's the last of the 7th. With Gentile, Triandos, and Hansen coming to bat. press box, PA. The total of 114,604 represents an Oriole record for a series. Gentile walked, single to right, and walked. Hitting .297, driven in a run. Bobby Shantz, third Yankee pitcher, goes to work, and the pitch. Swung on, grounded, foul down the first base line. Strike one. Walt Gropo is going down to the bullpen to loosen up and may take over at first base. Three to nothing, favor Baltimore, seventh inning. Shantz delivers, and Gentile takes it inside. Ball one, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball over, strike two, 1-2. Pitch. High outside, 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. And the pitch. Swung on, hit deep to left. Cerv going back and grabs it. One down in the seventh inning. Coming up now is Gus Triandos. Line to short, tossed out by McDougald, and doubled to right to drive in a run. Nobody on, 3-0 Baltimore. Bobby Shantz delivers, and Triandos takes a curve, strike one. The one-strike pitch. Swung on and fouled down the third base line. Had him reaching to the screwball. Tried to pull it. The batter guesses with it. He tries to ride it the opposite field. A two-strike count on Gus. And the next pitch misses the outside corner for a ball. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. High, ball two. I thought Gropo was going down the bullpen to loosen up to take over at first, but instead he's using the catcher's mitt and is warming up Bill Stafford, who shut the Yankees out Friday night. Stafford most likely just loosening up for a future start. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 3-0 Baltimore, seventh inning. Here's the delivery. Swung on and fouled off to the right of the plate. Count remains 2-2. Now the 2-2 delivery. Triandos grounds it to third. Boyer scoops it up. Throws on to first to retire Triandos. 2 away. And the batter is Ron Hansen. Struck out twice looking by Bill Stafford. Fouled out the first and the fifth when Ford was in the ball game. Jim Busby on deck. 2 out, 7th inning, 3-0 Baltimore. Shantz's delivery is swung on. Little roller hit to the mound. Shantz up with it, throws to Skowron, and the side is retired. No runs, No hits, no errors, no one left on. At the end of 7 innings, Baltimore 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, 9 left on. The Yankees no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 4 men left on base. Before we go to the 8th inning, how about going into the kitchen and getting a bottle of that Valentine beer, the crisp refresher? The light beer with true lager flavor. You'll like it, man. Really refreshing. Down the bullpen along with Wilhelm. And as we go to the 8th inning, Clete Boyer is the first scheduled batter. Ryan Duran goes down to the bullpen, which means a pinch hitter very likely for Shant. Boston leading Washington 3-0 end of 5, Detroit 5, Chicago 0 end of 4, Cleveland 3, Kansas City 0 end of 2. Cincinnati 2, Milwaukee 1 end of 5. Pittsburgh 4, Philadelphia 3 end of 6. St. Louis 3, Chicago 2 end of 5. Giants and Dodgers start later. Chuck Estrada, the right-hander, pitches to Boyer. Fastball over, strike 1. Boyer grounded to short, took a 3rd strike. Hitting .243. Estrada again to the windup. Curve is looped into center, and it is in there for a base hit. Busby takes it, throws it back into Breeding. Boyer singles to center. The second hit for New York. Johnny Blanchard will come out and bat for Shant. Blanchard hitting .260, 24-77. Gil McDougald on deck. Blanchard, left-hand batter. Estrada to the stretch. And the pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled off. Strike 1. Duran warming up for New York. Baltimore leading 3-0. It's the 8th inning. Estrada into the stretch. Boyer with a short lead. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Strike 2. 0-2. Two-strike count on Blanchard. Estrada again to the stretch. And the pitch. Curve is lifted foul. Back of third, and it drops out of play. Wasn't high enough for Robinson to get to. No balls, 2 strikes. The stretch and the pitch. Swung on line down the right field line for a base hit. Boyer turns second, heads for third. Blanchard's going to try for 2, but he stops and comes back. The throw held him at first. Boyer raced to third. Blanchard singles to right, sending Boyer to third. Jackie Brandt, quick recovery and throw, forced Blanchard to slam the brakes on as he was headed towards second. On first and third, nobody out. 3-0 Baltimore in the 8th inning. flied out to right twice and was safe on his trickler down the third baseline on an error charged to Robinson on the throw. Estrada to the stretch. Pitch to Gil. Curveball over, strike one. 0-1. For Blanchard, it'll be Eli Gerber. Gerber running for Blanchard. Boyer on third, Gerber on first. One strike on McDougald. 3-0 Orioles, 8th inning. Chuck Estrada sets, delivers, and McDougald takes it low, ball one. The half-speed pitch. Again to the stretch. And the pitch. Fastball high and inside. Ball 2. 2-1. Two balls, one strike. Runners lead away from first and third. And the delivery. Swung on and grounded foul down the first baseline. Strike 2. 2-2. Hit it right off the end of the bat. Two balls, two strikes. Boyer on third, Gerber on first. Estrada ready. Here's the pitch, and McDougald swings and sends a fly ball in the center. Boyer third to tag. Busby under it, makes the catch. Boyer comes on in to score after the catch, and that's the first Yankee run. In 36 innings. Sacrifice fly by McDougald to center. His 28th run batted in. It's only the second Yankee run. And 42 consecutive innings. Tony Kubek up. 0-3. Fouls the first pitch off, out of play. Strike one. 3-1 now, favor the Orioles. Now Bobby Richardson's going in a run for Gerber. I don't think I've ever seen, don't recall having seen a pinch runner for a pinch runner. Gerber went in a run for Blanchard. Now Richardson's going in a run for Gerber. Tony Kubek at bat. One out. And the pitch. Low and inside. Ball one. 1-1. Outfield around to the right. Estrada set, delivers, swung on and foul back. Strike 2, 1-2. One ball, two strikes. Into the stretch, Richardson leads away. And the pitch. Outside and high, 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, one out, one in. 8th inning, 3-1 Baltimore. Estrada once more to the stretch. Richardson moves off first. Here's the pitch. Swung on. There's a high fly ball to right field, and the ball is going to go foul into the right field stand. Boy, that has been the equalizer. Went all the way, but just went foul. Dugout now comes Lum Harris. Paul Richards didn't like that. Kubek hit one all the way down the right field line, but it went foul before it went into the stands. Paul Richards sends Lum Harris out to talk to Estrada. The brief conference is over. Balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, 1 in, 3-1 Baltimore, 8th inning. Richardson leads away from first. Estrada ready, and the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Threw the fastball that tailed away from Kubek. 7 strikeouts for Estrada. And here's Mantle, who has struck out 3 times. Yesterday, he had 3 hits for about half the Yankee total. He might strike him out again because Mickey obviously will be trying to go for the long one, taking a full cut. The pitch is high, ball 1. Into the stretch, 2 down, and the pitch. High, ball 2, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. The right-hander to the stretch. They pitch to Mantle. High, ball 3, 3-0. Count, 2 away. Richardson on first. Estrada all set. And the pitch. In there for strike. 3-1. Mantle had a green light and started to swing, but the ball was right up in his weakness. High fastball. Estrada again to the stretch. And the pitch. Swung on and hit foul upstairs. Strike 2. Full count. He's been keeping that ball in a good spot on Mick. Now we're ready. Richardson ready to go. And the pitch, and Mantle takes ball 4 inside. 4th walk Estrada has issued. That brings to the plate Yogi Berra, grounded to second, popped to second, and flied to center. Richardson on second, Mantle on first. 2 down. Baltimore leading 3-1. Around to the right. A lot of room down the left field sector. Yogi, a figure of he's trying to pull. 2 on and 2 out now. Estrada into the stretch. And the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Richardson on second, Mantle on first, 2 away. Estrada ready to work, delivers, and Berra takes it outside. Ball 2, 2-0. Robinson playing very wide of third. 2 on, 2 out, and a 2-0 count on Berra. Baltimore leading by 2, 3-1. Chuck Estrada sets, delivers, and Berra swings and lines it into right field for a base hit. Here comes Richardson around third. The throw is to third base. Mantle slides, and he's safe as Richardson scores, and it's 3-2. Berra singles to right. Scoring Richardson. Sending Mantle to third and bringing up Roger Maris, who has walked 3 times, hitting .289. And now out of the dugout comes Lum Harris. Hoyt Wilhelm and Wes Stock are in the bullpen. Means that Estrada is out, second time the mound, and it'll be Wilhelm coming in to pitch to Maris. Paul Richards is going to what they call in the trade the gimmick pitcher. Rossetti comes up to talk to Maris. Taking his time warming up. Louis Arroyo going down to the Yankee bullpen. Inning and 2 on. Wilhelm has one more pitch to throw, and we'll resume the action. Maris steps up. 2 out. Mantle on third and Berra on first. 2 runs in. Baltimore leading 3-2. Wilhelm to the stretch and the knuckler. Low, ball 1. That ball dances. Outfield swung way around to the right. Wilhelm again ready. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 1, 1-1. Time. Wilhelm is working rapidly and are all set to work. Maris asked for time. Now we're ready. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2, 1-2. Throwing the butterfly pitch. Dipping and darting. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again the stretch. Here's the pitch, and Maris takes it outside. Ball 2. That one failed. Gus had to jump to his left to grab it. A 2-2 count. Wilhelm ready. And the pitch. Swung on, a ground ball foul down the first baseline, and hit off the handle of the bat. Maris cracked the bat, goes over to get a new one. A 2-2 count on Rod. 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. 3-2, Baltimore, 8th inning. Mantle on third and Berra on first. Hoyt Wilhelm ready to throw that knuckler. Here it is, and Maris takes it for ball 3. 3-2. Yogi will be running. The stretch and the knuckleball swung on. A ground ball hits the first. Gentile grabs it, outruns Maris to the bag. Side to the side. 2 runs. 3 hits. No errors and 2 left on. Maris hit a sharp ground ball just to the right of the first baseman, who lunged for the ball, fell on the ground, grabbed it, got up and raced to the bag to beat Maris to retire the side. And at the end of 7.5 innings, Baltimore 3, New York 2. Before we go into the last of the 8th, may I suggest again you try some of that crisp refresher? Valentine beer. Lightness is fine, but that's just half of it. To really refresh, a beer must have lightness plus flavor. And that's where the crisp refresher comes in. Valentine beer. Valentine beer proves to more people every day that a beer can be light and still give you all the honest-to-goodness lager beer flavor you want. Valentine's the light beer with true lager flavor. That satisfying combination of lightness and flavor makes Valentine the crisp refresher. So if lightness alone won't do for you, if you want a beer with flavor, too, you make that good old 3-ring sign and ask the man for Valentine. Enjoy the crisp refresher. We pause for station identification.
1460 on your radio dial. WOKO, Albany, New York. And now back to Yankee baseball.
Yankees are home tomorrow with the Red Sox. A doubleheader, the first game at 1:30 and Tuesday afternoon. Now the last of the 8th, Jim Busby's first up. Ryan Duran coming in to do the pitching. Bobby Shantz worked 2 innings, allowed 2 hits and no runs. Gave up 2 hits. Didn't walk in baseball. Yankees are home tomorrow with the Red Sox. A doubleheader, the first game at 1:30 and Tuesday afternoon. And now the last of the 8th, Jim Busby's first up. Ryan Duran coming in to do the pitching. Bobby Shantz worked 2 innings, allowed 2 hits and no runs. Gave up 2 hits. Didn't walk anybody. Struck out 1. Bill Stafford is the pitcher of record. Jim Busby at bat. Ryan Duran with the windup. The pitch in there. Strike 1. Duran, 36th appearance. Record of 3-4. Arroyo loosening up. The 1-strike delivery. Low outside, ball 1. 1-1. We'll run down the scores of the other games for you at the end of this half inning. delivery. Swung on and fouled back. Strike 2. 1-2. Into the windup, and the pitch is inside. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Deering gets the sign. Into the windup, around comes the right arm, and the pitch is high and inside. Ball 3. Very wild with that pitch. A full count. And the 3-2 pitch. It's inside for ball 4, and Busby walks. And Casey's out of the dugout right away. Duran having trouble getting the ball over. And Arroyo will come in. Coming on. Departs, and Arroyo comes on. The left-hander starts his 8 warm-up pitches with Berra. Marv Breeding will be the first batter that Arroyo will face. Then Wilhelm and Brandt. If you looked in late in the 3rd inning with Stafford pitching, with 2 down, Woodling walked, Robinson and Gentile singled to score Woodling. In the 4th inning with 1 out, Stevens doubled, and Estrada singled to center to score Stevens. Ford came in to relieve in that inning, and in the 5th inning gave up a run. With 1 out, he walked Gentile, and Triandos doubled him home. Shantz came on the 6th. Duran started the 8th, and now Arroyo's in. The Yankees scored in the 8th inning. Boyer singled. Blanchard batted for Shantz and singled, putting runners on 1st and 3rd. A run scorer in the sacrifice fly, a walk to Mantle, and Berra single got the 2nd run in. Here's Marv Breeding, right-hand batter. Arroyo, left-hand pitcher. Moves to first base. Busby's back. Arroyo's 19th appearance. The left-hander delivers. Breeding swings and misses. Strike 1. Breeding popped to short, grounded to 2nd, struck out. Arroyo worked yesterday 1 inning. Gave up a homer to Robinson. Busby leads away. And the pitch. Swung on, bounced foul down the first base line. A 2-strike count on the second baseman. The Orioles play Washington tomorrow while the Yankees are playing Boston. Arroyo all set. He delivers. Pitch swung on, fouled off behind the plate. Count remains 0-2. 3-2 Baltimore, 8th inning. Arroyo shakes off the sign. OK's the next one into the stretch. Busby moves off first. The pitch to the right-hand batter swung on, bounced into the hole and through into left field for a base hit. And when the ball is booted by Cerv, both runners advance to second and third. It's an error for Cerv. Marv Breeding singles, and when Cerv boots the ball, Busby continues on to third and Breeding to second. Point Wilhelm coming up. Runners on second and third now, nobody out. Jackie Brandt on deck and Gene Woodling to follow. Cerv is trying to grab the ball in a hurry and make his throw to third to hold Busby to second, and he would have, but he bobbled the ball. Point Wilhelm at bat. Infield is in for play at the plate should they receive that chance. And the pitch. The pitch is outside for a ball. The Yankees were looking for the squeeze. Boyer broke to the plate, and Kubek broke over to third. Now they're calling to Maris to come in some in right field. Arroyo to the windup, the pitch. And the pitch is in there for a strike. 1-1. Now, squeeze play, of course, is always difficult to defend against if the ball is laid down on the suicide type. And on the delayed type, if he spun it far enough. Busby, of course, is fast, good base runner. So is Breeding on second, infield in. Boyer playing out along with Busby. The windup. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be swung on and missed. Strike 2. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Arroyo to the windup, and the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Wilhelm strikes out. In the normal course of events, Richards would have pinched it for Wilhelm, but being out in front, he wants that knuckleballer in there in that 9th inning. Regardless of what might happen here, figures that's his best to protect a 1-run lead. Of course, the Orioles still have 2 shots with runners on second and third and 1 out. But with Brandt up and first base open, Casey is ordering Brandt to walk. Not necessarily get at Woodling, but set up a 4th play. And the double play possibility. Brandt gets the intentional pass. You set up the possibility and hope the percentage will work for you. That depends on pitcher and batter that follow. The batter that follows. So Brandt gets the walk, and here's Woodling. Slide to left, walk, slide to right, and single to right. Batting .288. field. Goes back. Boyer is, not too short. He's wide of third. 3 men on and 1 out. Busby, Breeding, and Brandt aboard. 3 fast runners. The pitch to Gene Woodling. Swung on, little number foul, just to the left of the plate. Strike 1. 3-2 Baltimore, 8th inning. The base is loaded with a windup. Here's the pitch to Woodling. And it's outside for a ball, 1-1. Threw him a curveball. The White Sox keeping up on Detroit. It's 5-4 Tigers into 6 innings now. 3 men on here. Busby, Breeding, and Brandt. And the pitch to Woodling. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. 2 ball inside. A 1-2 count. The bees aboard buzzing. Busby, Breeding, and Brandt. The windup by Arroyo. And the pitch. Swung on and foul back. Count remains 1-2. Woodling shortened up on his swing, just trying to meet the ball. Busby, Breeding, Brandt leading away from third, second, and first, respectively. The windup by Arroyo. Here's the pitch to Gene Woodling, and it is swung on and grounded foul down the first base line. Count remains 1-2. You ever notice a crowd sitting along a foul line? They start to yell, and then they suddenly see it's foul. They stop, but in the distant areas away from the play, as they see the ball get by, say the first or third baseman is close, you can hear that crescendo sound come roaring at you belatedly. Then the sudden recession of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 3 on. Busby, Breeding, and Brandt leading away. The windup by Arroyo. The pitch to Woodling. High and inside, and the count is 2-2. Baltimore, 8th inning. Brandt, Breeding, Busby leading away, and the pitch to Woodling. Outside, ball 3. Full count now. And the crowd warms to this situation. Once again, Woodling digs in. 3 men lead away. The windup by Arroyo. Here's the pitch. And it is inside, ball 4, and a run is forced in. Busby comes home, making it 4-2. Breeding goes to third, Brandt to second. And Woodling is credited with his 54th run batted in. 3 walks in the inning. That run is charged to Duran. Woodling gets the base runner. He gets the hand as he leaves. Al Pilarczyk is running for Woodling. And Brooks Robinson is the batter. Right-hand batter. The pitch is outside. Ball 1. 1 run in. 3 walks. Breeding on third. Brandt on second. Pilarczyk running for Woodling on first. The pitch to Robinson. In there, strike 1. Robinson hitting 305, fly to left, single to center, line to right, and fly to left. Incidentally, time just as the Royals started to wind up. Larry Knapp and the umpires ordering the photographers. Umont comes over now. And explains to the photographers what the problem is. Breeding on third, Brandt on second, Pilarczyk running for Woodling on first. One out, one in. Now Bob Cerv goes over to the photographers and says something to him. And Umont's telling him to get over on the other side. In other words, it was bothering Brooks Robinson in his line of vision, the peripheral vision. Overhanging cages from the stand for the photographers as they do in some ballparks. All right, 3 men on, 1 out, 1 in. 4-2 Baltimore. The 1-1 pitch. Outside, ball 2, 2-1. Brooks Robinson at bat with 3 teammates aboard. And the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, hit out slowly to McDougald, over to Kubek, throw to first, safe on the run score. Breeding scored, and Skowron claims he was out, and here's Casey coming out to argue it. Fourth out at second, Pilarczyk and Robinson beat the throw to the first. No double play and a run batted in for Robinson. His 74th. Moving on to third was Brandt. 2 runs are in. It's 5-2 in favor of the Orioles, and Casey's arguing with Umont. Say, but that's all. Run scores. It's 5-2 Baltimore. Brandt on third, Robinson on first, and Jim Gentile will be the batter. Now Casey departs. Dugout, and Jim Gentile up. Walk, single to right, walk, fly to left. Hitting .296. Jackie Brandt is on third, Brooks Robinson on first. Two away. Arroyo to the stretch, and the pitch inside, ball 1. 1 hit and 3 walks in the inning. 2 runs in. Runners lead away. The pitch to Gentile. Outside, ball 2. Arroyo ready. Here's the delivery. Swung on, hit out by second for a base hit. Scoring Brandt. Robinson around second on his way to third. It is 6-2 Baltimore. Jim Gentile rifles the single to center, driving at his second run and 86th the season. That brings up Gus Triandos as the Orioles have rallied for 3 in the 8th, leading 6-2. Triandos lined to short, thrown out by McDougald, double to right and grounded to third. Rich Robinson on third, Jim Gentile on first. Louis Arroyo's pitch swung on, bounce to the box. Arroyo grabs it, throws to Skowron, and the side is retired. 3 runs for the Orioles, 2 hits, no Yankee errors, and 2 left on. At the end of 8 innings, Baltimore 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error, and 11 left on. New York 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, and 6 left on. Elsewhere in the American League, Boston 4, Washington 3 at the end of 7 innings. Cornelius relieved Wilson in the 7th. For Washington, Kralik started, Morgan in the 7th, Sadowski in the 8th. Jim Lemon got his 34th homer in the 7th inning with 2 on. Tasby and Pagliarone for Boston. Detroit 6, Chicago 4, end of 6.5 innings. Sisler relieved Bunning in the 6th. Bauman for Chicago, Worthington in the 4th. Garcia, who's been put on the roster, in the 6th, and Lown in the 7th. Yost and Bilko homering. Bilko 1 on. First game a doubleheader. Cleveland 8, Kansas City nothing, end of 5 innings. Harshman for the Indians. Daly for Kansas City. Katina in the 4th, Briggs in the 6th. Home runs, Pearsall 1 on. Held 1 on. Held again with 2 on. In the National League, Milwaukee 5, Cincinnati 2, end of 7.5. Pizarro relieved by McMahon in the 8th. Hook for Cincinnati. Brosnan in the 7th. Bridges in the 8th. Post homered in the 2nd for the Reds. Pittsburgh beats Philadelphia 5-3. Mizell relieved by Levine in the 6th to winner. Owens the loser. Farrell relieved in the 7th. Gonzalez homered with 1 on for the Phils. Oak and Clemente for Pittsburgh. St. Louis beat Chicago 4-3. Simmons the winner. McDaniel relieved in the 8th. Ellsworth the loser. Home runs, Heist for Chicago. Neiman for St. Louis. Los Angeles nothing. San Francisco batting in the 1st inning. McDevitt and Jones. Sam Jones. Now to the 9th inning. Bill Skowron, Bob Cerv, and Clete Boyer will be the first 3 men up. Al Pilarczyk goes in the game. He goes to right field, and Jackie Brandt, who started in center, switched to right, has moved to left. Bill Skowron flied to center, grounded to short, and singled to right. Hitting .307. Orioles leading 6-2 now in the 9th inning. Hoyt Wilhelm in relief delivers a knuckler, and it's over for a strike. Next pitch, swung on and missed, strike 2. Crowd roaring now with every strike, with everything that may develop in favor of the Orioles, who moving toward a sweep of the 3 games. And the pitch, swung on, line, off the glove of Breeding. He grabs it and then can't make a throw, and Skowron is safe. He almost came up with a sensational leaping backhanded grab. Skowron lines a single off the glove of Breeding. Here's Bob Cerv, fly to right, grounded to short twice, once into a double play. Wilhelm ready, delivers to Bob, swung on to high pop in the short left. Brandt drifts under it, waiting, and makes the catch. 1 down. Here's Clete Boyer coming up. Boyer's had 1 for 3. Grounded to short, took a 3rd strike, single to center. The veteran Hoyt Wilhelm's delivery. Inside, ball 1. 6-2 Baltimore, 9th inning. Moose off first, and the pitch swung on and fouled back out of play. Strike one, 1-1. Big ones with Baltimore at the stadium. September the 16th, Friday night, Saturday afternoon the 17th, and a doubleheader on Sunday the 18th. The Red Sox tomorrow afternoon, first game 1:30. And Tuesday afternoon, single game. Here's the pitch, swung on and popped up in the air. Triandos digs after it, and Gentile and Gus makes the catch. 2 away. Hector Lopez is coming out to bat for Arroyo. Arroyo, 2 outs in the ninth, 6-2 Baltimore. Lopez hitting .277, takes a ball high and inside. Wilhelm ready, and the delivery. That's high and inside, ball 2, 2-0. Out of the dugout comes Lum Harris to talk to Wilhelm. Richards told him to go out. Probably just told him to get the ball over the plate. With a 4-run lead, 2 outs in the 9th inning, 1 on. Here's the pitch, and it's inside, ball 3, 3-0. West Stock warming up for the Orioles. 2 down in the ninth. 6-2 Baltimore. Skowron on first, and the 3-0 pitch to Hector Lopez is inside for ball 4. Moves Skowron to second, brings up McDougald, twice flied to right. On a trickle to third, was safe at first on an error, charged to Robinson on the throw, and hit a sacrifice fly to center. Two out and 2 on, 6-2 Baltimore, 9th inning. Wilhelm's pitch, swung on his miss, strike 1. The Yankees have dropped 3 in a row, and the Orioles have won 6 in a row. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 1, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Strike 2. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the ninth. Crowd ready to let out a war whoop. Men laid away. Here's the pitch, and McDougald hits a ground ball out to Hansen. Makes a great backhand flip to Breeding to get Lopez. What a play. And the ball game is over, and the Orioles win it 6-2. Ron Hansen made a spectacular grab of a almost sure base hit, and while going to his left end behind the bag, made a sidewise flip to Breeding for the 4th out on Lopez. Retiring the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on. And the Orioles win it 6-2 to sweep the Yankees and entrench themselves in first place firmly with a 2-game lead. And they're now even up for the Yankees in the loss column at 53 losses each, but have won 4 games more, 79-75. And that was the big story of the day. They evened it up in the loss column. And so while you enjoy some of that crisp refresher, Ballantine beer, we'll give you the totals. Baltimore, 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error, 11 left on. The Yankees, 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, 7 left on. Chuck Estrada wins his 16th game. He's lost 8. 3-1 against New York. Wilhelm relieved in the 8th with 2 out and finished up. The losing pitchers, Bill Stafford, his first major league loss is 1-2, 0-1 against Baltimore. Ford, Chance, Duran, and Arroyo in relief. Stafford gave up 2 runs and 4 hits. Ford, 1 run and 1 hit. And Duran was charged with 1 run, and Arroyo with 2. So the Orioles, on a spectacular spurt, have now won 7 games in a row, sweep the 3 games from New York, and move from a game behind to 2 ahead. They have now, since July 22nd, won 31, lost 11. So the Orioles have gained 4 games on the Yankees in 4 days.